So I'm sitting here editing the recent Doki Literature Club, and then the thing happens, where is it? Yeah, that right there. So tell me why, yeah. Look at this line of code, and then tell me why that's there. Okay, that's not all. Look, I open up the characters folder. Where is Saori? She's gone. Hold on. Back again. What do you mean? Fucking shit. Sorry, what do you mean? I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms. The girl is my neighbor and good friend. The kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. If she got to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let blah, 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 catch up to me. What do you mean? I always walk to school. What? But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content. Just free time came to him. So it's the anime club. It's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. Scolded. Fine. After I packed my things, stared blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. Guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Nice. What? Monica? Oh my goodness. See you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica's probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that, I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one, a literature club. Literature? Well, let me tell you how I feel about literature. That's how I feel. It sounds kind of dull. You know what? I'm gonna hide. I am now hiding underneath a comforter. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything: reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey Isaac, by any chance are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy, please. Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Awesome, you're really sweet, Isaac, you know that? It's nothing really. Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit but generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. That looks so fucking stupid. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. The fuck? A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Isaac. It's so fucking hot under this comforter. All words escape me in this situation. Oh shit! Fuck. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess, you're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki, the girl with the sour attitude. His name is apparently Natsuki. This one I don't recognize. Small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual, and this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Isaac in a classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica, didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to... Well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Isaac? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks in the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all the effort into something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we could really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to just find these two. So fucking scared! Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Salted Yuri looks away. I mean that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Isaac, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. Looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traced the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorite are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books and not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer could so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you off for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. Fucking sucked. Okay. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Shit, I keep pressing the... Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at change the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud, and give that back. Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Yeah, well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. I'm not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I'll sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write poems of our own. The next time we meet, we all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Isaac? Hold on, there's still one problem. And what's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. Still have other clubs to look at, and lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. I'm not doing it. The meme again this time. But I'm sorry, I thought. Girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Isaac. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really hard to find new members, and if we don't find one before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation, and besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
done?
Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Isaac? Yeah. Could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I'd be super pissed. Isaac, I'm so happy we can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignments? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Isaac, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah, can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. Guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the clubhouse and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. No. Oh my god, I'm so fucking scared. Okay, read it. What do you mean? Okay. Okay, death. Heaven sent. A waterfall? After image. Imagination. Starscape. Infinite. Right, Inferno. Massacre. Extraordinary. Okay, fuck. Melancholy. Hurt. Tenacious. Horror. Incongruent. Frightening. Unrestrained anger. Disarray. Misery. Hi again, Isaac. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. No, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Okay. Thanks for keeping your promise, Isaac. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Hello? Okay, I just won't read. Manga is literature, so I'm sorry, Isaac. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. Fuck. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. But no, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club, so even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out one that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Is it just me, or does the classroom look tilted? I just noticed that right now. I don't know if it was always like that. It's fucking me off a bit, alright? I enthusiastically take the book. Did she get huge? Or is that just me? Phew, well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. It was! Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad from distracting her from her read and catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. Looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, our eyes meet for... Oh my god, what is that? She sneaks another glance and our eyes meet for a split second. That all makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it, not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. Something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear it. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison, and the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. There's a good joke here somewhere, but my mind can't figure it out. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... that might be a little bit of a spoiler, but anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. It's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Isaac? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. Horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil. What do you mean? Alright, get ready for the sickest voice edit you've ever heard. But because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Vince, I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. I don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem when I let things like books or writing fill my thoughts. Oh, I didn't get a chance to read it. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people, so I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. That's, I don't think you need to worry. I'm so scared to fucking save. Oh! They're all gone. Oh, thank God I saved, because if I had to restart... That just means you're passionate about reading. Least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it right. Yes, I mean, you don't have to, but... what are you saying? Let me just get to the book. I quickly retrieve the book and I put it in my bag. Alright. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. You sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not really used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel a presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. It may be a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just bathing. Why do I fucking play this at night? Shit. I need holy water or something. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? You do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk and tilt up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Something's gonna fucking happen. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on this right side of the book. That way I turn a page, and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a little bit distracted there for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little bit longer. Probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turn it up by my own volition. I continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Sorry, I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet, so I don't know why that came in my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yeah. You've been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... Am I breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest, as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out the classroom. What on earth is that about, Isaac? Did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri's acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just says this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note before I lift up in the book, then slip it back into my bag. I want to fucking do Monica first, so we're doing Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair I share mine with hers first. Fucking get out of here! No, fuck reading it. I'm just gonna keep going. What? Why? Would you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put effort. Well, start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. Fuck. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you doing great things can really be disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what I meant. What it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. Decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but Natsuki's feeling proud that I won't take that away from her. Shit. Hi Isaac, having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear. Fucking goodness. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we could do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. Much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, wanted to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Isaac. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Isaac. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. Why do I keep pressing that? It'll never stop. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. Guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism? Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally... Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing though, but sometimes I just get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. That's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri. I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all just started sharing poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time. So I'm more glad that... Fucking, what are those noises? So I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright, thanks Monica. I suppose I should get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. I sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. A hole in the wall, but he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in the room? Are they talking, or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? They sound frantic, scrawling, playing tricks on my ears. The room began to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. Panicked, there must be a way out. It's night there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting an emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it, because you can see that I kind of had a lot of, some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany, yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. Try so hard to make it perfect that you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink, so just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten up. Exceptional. And what was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but that then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates that you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time writing, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poems as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. The most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick on a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they freeform the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once she refines her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Stammering is completely gone. It sounds like she's an expert. Of course, it's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by experience and trying new things. It also happens when everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry, it's fine. Not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself, it's kind of funny. After all, isn't the one who's supposed to be in a literature club? Okay, it's the same one we've read. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. I also like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Hehe. Actually, this story isn't about ghosts at all, Isaac, really? Must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all, but remember that poets often express their own thoughts and feelings and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of a poem is only being symbolic compared to a ghost. Lingering in our last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn way of putting it that way. Hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm gonna keep doing my best for you, okay? Me too. Guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing ability. Did you guys hear the fucking music? Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all, I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They are gingerly exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, meanwhile Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns to the poem to the desk with one hand. Guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. I mean, you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Isaac did too, so based on that, I'd gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change it anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Isaac liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... Yuri stands up as well. You're just jealous that Isaac appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. How do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I wouldn't deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Isaac started showing up. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that, you're really... Fuck! What the fuck? What the fuck? You might... Okay. What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Isaac hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly Yuri turns towards me. Isaac. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. What? Yuri? No. Natsuki? No. Shit, Yuri. No. Natsuki. No, Yuri. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. It was you. Hey Isaac. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay. What do you mean? You can't just apologize for doing that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. Probably better for us to stay out of this. Well, go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even control my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes, but I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Oh, that's the plan. That's what the poem was about. Was that the plot this whole time? Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki or did. I said, please don't hate me, please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow completely. I heard footsteps behind me. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should... Okay, I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Isaac. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. What do you mean? I'm saying that a lot. I'm sorry. Starscape. Fucking fuck. Wrath. Climax. Uncontrollable. Covert. Melancholy. Sadness. Oh, unrequited. The game is falling apart as we play it. Fantasy. Shit. Landscape. Destiny. Contamination. The scars. Embrace. Horror. Grief. Afterimage. Incongruent. Anger. Oh, fucking shit. This game is falling apart the more we play. Oh, fuck. Okay. My mind can't comprehend this any longer. I've gotten a little more comfortable here, but that's not true. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Welcome back, Isaac. Hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression, but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki's reading a manga at the desk, and surprisingly Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me into the corner of the room. About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before. Something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we were usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well. Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple days, I can tell something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems, but whatever it was, it didn't make me think any less of you. It's a lie, but whatever. I hardly decided that there's no way to be a bad person, and now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it. Isaac, don't say those kinds of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy. It's a fucking retarded sentence you said, but whatever. I'm really glad you're such an understanding person, and I'm really glad that you joined this club. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around, and, sorry, what am I saying right now? Hey, have you guys seen Monika? No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was. Man, Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either. Yuri's clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki's addressing her. No, I haven't. Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said, and I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So, Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Did you do something yesterday? Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? But I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear since I was always afraid of you secretly hated me or something like that. What? No. No, no. Not at all. I don't hate you. Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either. Natsuki turns to me. You're still on trial, though. Hey. Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry. I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, Natsuki was... I was not... What took you so long anyway? Yeah. Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring, at least. I must have not heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? Fuck. Oh, I know where you play music as well, Monika. Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still not really good yet. Still, that must require a lot of dedication, so I'm still impressed. Well, thanks, Yuri. You should play something for us sometime. Monika looks at me. Well, I'm working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. No, I don't. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Isaac. Fuck. Monika smiles sweetly at me. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I was hoping that I could share with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. Not sure if Monika was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose not to bring up anything the three of us talked about. Besides, Satsuki's already run off into the closet. Isaac, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you would like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. Yeah, definitely. I plan on it anyway. Okay, can we start now? Let's find a place to sit. I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason. I'm with you there, girl. My heart's pounding, and I'm gonna fucking die. Let's go. Don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy. No, it isn't. Yeah, but I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this. Take your time. Once that hour mark hits, I'm fucking out of here. I should save the fucking game. Yuri takes a deep breath and pulls a copy of the book out of her bag. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm gonna plug this in at the teacher's desk, then I'll go get some water. She walks past me. She sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. Simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Fuck. Okay. May I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. That's okay. You stay here. It won't take long. Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass. Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Something holding her up? I'm bored just waiting here, so I decide to go look for her. Go fucking... Let's see. That's cool, though. The music stays in the classroom. The most logical place would be the nearest water fountain. Start heading down the hallway. What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. Sharp inhale, like someone is sucking the air through their teeth. Oh, it's that Dio thing. Or the fucking whatever. No, not... What am I, fucking retarded? Alright. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? What the fuck? Nah. Okay. No. Okay. Oh shit. What do you mean? Oh, we got a couple more minutes to go. Let's just tough it out. I'm back. Thanks for waiting patiently. Isaac, do you like oolong tea? No, I don't. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature of the kettle to 200 degrees. Fucking die. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything. That's why she's got the knife. What the fuck? In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. But perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming to herself a little. Must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. Fucking... Save over this one. Yeah, why not? I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. Turns out, it's not very hard for me to do. And it's you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Isaac. It's very endearing. Fucking, we got 2 minutes left before we can stop playing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I'm with you there. I want Yuri to pour a cup of tea for each of us. Isaac, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? And why is that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage this. That's so. I wonder why that is. It's most likely because of your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes. I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. Take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I sit together against the wall, teacups at our side. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup, Yuri hands me my teacup, holding it with my hands, not holding the book. I end up in a posture that makes it harder to focus. Because now I need to worry and make sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. Use all my willpower to focus on reading. That's it. We're done. What? Fuck. This screwed me last time. But let's do it. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. Put the teacup between my legs and I fumbled the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book and finished opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. As a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from her book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place chocolate in her mouth. There it is. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. I'm saving the game. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Isaac, sorry. Guess I shouldn't have done that. What? Yuri starts to breathe heavily. Oh, fuck. I can't. Isaac. Suddenly Yuri forcefully grabs my arm and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over. Isaac. My heart won't stop pounding, Isaac. I can't calm down. I can't focus on anything anymore. Oh, I should have stopped playing. Can you feel it, Isaac? Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest. Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind. I'm with you there, girl. I can't make it stop. It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. Oh, shit! You you can move your eyes. Thank you for watching today's episode. Please leave a like and comment down below and subscribe to join the Grabnorian Army. Together we can take over YouTube. This has been Doki Doki Literature Club, Demonetized Edition. See you next time.
It's over now. Good night.